Hey you guys, this is Courtney, and I'm losing my voice a little bit, which is unfortunate because I have to teach for the next, I think, 15 days straight. But I do want to go over some things. I had asked some of my students, and first of all, to clarify, I'm a medical yoga therapist. I own a vocational school. I actually own 2 schools, and I do presentations. And so because I own 2 vocational schools, and I have for 10 years now, I have trained 225 students to date, and I have a huge business section in my book, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you 3 books that you can read on business. My book has a huge business section and a workbook to go along with it that identifies your needs specifically. So it has, the workbook will ask you questions and help you identify your needs, because your needs as a yoga teacher may not be the same as someone else's needs. Now, there's also 2 other books I recommend. There are not a lot of business books that I'm familiar with or know that are good. Larry Payne, Payne, PhD, he is one of my teachers. You need to just Google it. I think it is on Amazon, but if you can buy directly from the author, they do make a little bit more money. And as a published author, I can tell you they really appreciate it. For me, if you buy from the publisher, it definitely helps a couple of small businesses. Now, the other book is called Stretched by Karen Fabian, and I would go on Amazon, and it is a very good business book. For those of you watching this before teacher training is coming up, I'm going to be covering this in detail in our 200-hour teacher training. I want to say it's our February weekend. I need to look. It may be March. I will post it, but I would highly recommend you come so you can get more of this in detail. So this is going to be a 2-part video simply because I do not have the space to do any more than that on my phone, and I have to use my phone computer. So first of all, let's just start at the top, and the first question is, do I need liability insurance? Well, I would say yes, you do. And the reason you do is because it's extra coverage. Now, and it always depends. First of all, I am a professional. I've done this work for years, but I'm not an accountant and I'm not a lawyer. So these are simply my opinions. If you are an employer, and I was for many years with the Hot Springs, well, I'm not going to go into detail who I worked for, but for a couple of big nonprofits and a couple of different people that I work for, big businesses, academia, and I was an employee and they took out taxes. As long as I did work like that, I did not have liability insurance. I did have a few private clients on the side. I wasn't worried about being sued with those people. But it is generally a really good idea to have liability insurance. I kind of grew organically, and as I went out and did more on my own, I've always had insurance since that time. So for the past 15 years, I've had a policy. What I recommend doing is checking with Yoga Alliance or the International Association of Yoga Therapists. If you are a member of either one of those, then the rates are much better if you go through that site and do that. They're all pretty much underwritten by Philadelphia, and you can also go to Philadelphia. Yoga Alliance, Yoga Journal, IYT, those are the best. If you're a yoga therapist or you do work with people who are special populations, I would recommend getting with IYT because the regular yoga insurance won't cover you. The odd thing about that is the insurance through the IYT Yoga Therapist website is actually cheaper than when I was just doing, private yoga lessons and public classes. So I think it's a good bargain. I think it's worth the peace of mind. The other thing is, if you're going to start a business on your own, I would recommend looking into getting a LLC as a limited liability corporation to protect yourself as well from any kind of lawsuit. I've never had a problem in almost 2 decades, but it's definitely worth looking into. And again, for more information on this, I would highly recommend you read my book. And so I think that covered the question of, do I need insurance and when? You're going to spend $100 to $200 on insurance a year. Average is about $150. I think I spent $130 last year. Now, these are a lot of marketing questions. Do I need a website? Do I need social media? Do I need Facebook? Do I need Instagram? For those of you who are part of our teacher training. Rena's about to have a weekend of workshops there's a whole section on social media, and my book covers social media in depth. But you need something. You need a landing page where people can find you, and you have your classes, and you have all of your information where it's easy to find. It's not complicated. That could be a blog, that could be a website, or that could be a Facebook page. So you want to constantly be linking those together. So if you're using social media, say Facebook, and you just want to have a Facebook page, a lot of people do this for ease. I don't particularly like it. I have all of the above, but I have been in business for a really long time. You need to be putting if you have a website, you need to be putting that on your Facebook page on a regular basis, like tagging your website. If you're promoting an event, you need to put your Facebook page on there. Hey, check out our website for our classes this Tuesday. Link the page there. I use Instagram, Facebook, and I have a website. I use Weebly. A lot of people don't seem to care for it. A lot of people are more WordPress people. It just depends how big you are. And what you're trying to do and how much you want to grow. You need a website if you want to grow substantially. Yes, I think you do. My husband is not tech savvy. I do his website. It's just a landing page with, at first it was just our information, a picture of us, a picture of a house, because we own a roofing company, and then our information about how to contact us and what we do. And it said, we were contractors, licensed, insured contractors. I'm sorry, my dogs, once again, are being disruptive. So, that's going to completely depend on you. And you can look at mine. It's Courtney Robinson Yoga. It's very dense because I've had it for, 15 to 20 years now. But, okay, sorry. Just a minute. All right. But I would definitely recommend a website if you're wanting to grow your business. Just keep it simple. And if you're not website, savvy to do something like that, then you might just consider doing something simple like your Facebook page. And consistency is key with social media. And social media is just constantly changing. So that's also an issue, is you just have to keep up with all the trends. I just started using Instagram about a year ago, and I love it, but I'm not really trying to grow my business. I am trying to scale back. So I would really recommend reading my book. I would recommend taking Rena specializes in that, empowered yoga teacher, renaren.com, for more information on social media. Should I advertise in a magazine? I really don't think so. When I had a yoga school, there was a local magazine called Natural Awakenings, and I could run an ad for $150 and get what they call, I'm trying to think what those are called. It's like a little write-up about you. I did get some business off of that, but I was at a bigger price point. So if one person came to school off that ad, then it made it worth it for me. It cost me a little bit, but it was worth it for me. Again, it depends. If you can get a really good deal, but for the most part, magazines are expensive for the return that you're going to get. I did an ad in Yoga Journal one time, and I saw no return off of it at all. Everybody's like, "Oh, cool, you're in Yoga Journal." Well, yeah, you too could pay $1,000 and be in Yoga Journal. I can't imagine what it is now, because that was over 10 years ago. Let's see. Business cards. What should they say, and do I need them? Keep them brief. Yes, you do need them. I would use Vistaprint. It's super easy and cheap, and they need to have your name, your contact information, and what you do. And I wouldn't give your home address or anything like that unless that's the location of your classes. I would make sure your website's on there, or your Facebook page, or find us on Facebook at whatever. So yes, I get asked for my business cards all the time, and I carry them with me. Do I need flyers, and should I pay someone to do them? If you don't, my book has all of this extensively, but if you are starting out and you have no money, then we do what we call guerrilla marketing, and that means marketing with no budget. social media, flyers, business cards are cheap, little, like under $100 you have to spend on accounting. Yes, go put the flyer up at the local health food store. You're going to be in what's called the low HOS market, lifestyles of health and sustainability, Subaru drivers, health food stores. You guys, you know what you like. If you're a yoga teacher, what do you like? Put them there, so that's where you need to put them if they'll allow you to. Coffee shops. But yes, flyers are good. You can pay someone to do one on a computer, or I've seen some really cool hand-drawn ones. I am really one of those people that is kind of like an outlier. When people are unique and do something super cool. If you're artistic, make your own dang flyer and go make copies of it. Shoot, do it for free, and it's really cool. So those are kind of the money questions, and I'm going to do a part 2 on the other one. Those are the marketing questions, but yeah, stay tuned for part 2. So this is mainly marketing and insurance. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.